has begun. I am armed now.
All right. So last time was quite dramatic for everyone. Rise had to make a devastating choice that left a lot of consequences in its wake. And they were warned about an upcoming war. They don't know with who, but it will sweep the whole city very soon. It's been a few days since that night in the old abandoned house. Sylvia, you're asleep in Rise's bedroom as you two have been rooming together. And as the sun sets, you start to stir, but you do not wake. You're stuck in a memory of sorts. It's not quite dreaming, not quite a memory, but wherever you are, you experience it. What's a memory at the forefront of your mind? Could be sad, could be happy, but something involving Peter.
Is that the name of my
Yes.
one guy
Yes.
who's stalking me?
No.
is
Isaac is the one who's stalking you.
Peter's
Peter
my
is
ex, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm thinking about the birth of our daughter.
You
I forgot
remember...
my ex's name. I was like, that doesn't sound like my stalker. That sounds like my the other one.
You remember holding your daughter in your arms. And you remember Peter leaning down next to you, tears in his eyes, smiling at you. But as you look at this memory, something doesn't seem right. His face is flickering like a candle flame.
Oof.
And the way he gazes at you seems more otherworldly. Do you say anything to him?
Fuck off, you spooky bitch.
I say what I said back then. I say, she's beautiful. And I've tears streaming down my face. And
She really is. The words sound almost recorded, distorted somehow in an uncanny way.
I'm starting to feel, I guess, uneasy. I think this is the part where I start to go off course of how I originally remember this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him and I go, Pete, what's wrong?
What's
going on?
What do you mean? Didn't you experience this? I see now that my cover has been blown. Do not be alarmed.
What?
Do not be alarmed, my child. I wished to take a form that would not scare you away.
You've failed at that.
Please, I am not here to harm you. I apologize if this was an invasion of your privacy, but there is much to discuss, my child, and so little time. He offers his hand to you.
I don't take it. Who are you?
I am known by many names, but I am, well, you are kin of my kin. You are what has come after me long after. You are my blood.
That doesn't inspire much confidence. I don't associate with my
I am aware. I
What
will
do you
show
want?
the truth.
What do you
I
want
will
from me?
I do not want anything, my child. I wish to help you.
With what?
Your path.
Sylvia is really suspicious. She doesn't know what to do.
He offers his hand again.
I don't take it unless I am compelled. Am I compelled?
You are not compelled, but he does seem a bit disappointed. If I showed you the truth, would you feel more comfortable?
Yes, I want to know what's going on.
Very well. And immediately the room vanishes. You are on... You're in a void for a moment before your feet find solid ground beneath you, and you see sort of a cliff. And overlooking that cliff, you can see out into the dark. There are stars, but they're not stars. There's things zipping about to and fro. But what attracts you the most to this scene is a figure. Tall, willowy, but hazy. His form is liquid. You can make out sort of a shape of crescent, lopsided horns on top of his head, staring out at the endless sea of lights in the distance. And as he turns to you, his form, it looks as if he is a floating figure of blood.
Ugh. The fuck?
That is not the first time I have had that reaction.
I don't understand what truth you're trying to show me. All I see is a bunch of freaky, scary shit. You have not convinced me that I'm not going completely insane right now.
He
Which,
raises his hands to sort of calm you. Peace, my child. You are my child, a child of Malkov.
oh, right. I've heard of that.
Yes.
You are the cause of a lot of suffering, Mr.
I
Guy. I do not want to join any kind of unholy alliance with you.
seek no alliance, and I do not seek to cause suffering, though I know of one child who has caused you such. And I am sorry.
Okay.
You were
So what do you...
brought into this web by a spider who lunged rather than waited patiently.
You can say that. Yeah, you can say that.
Come, sit with me.
Sylvia feels strangely calm. His sort of his affect is starting to kind of get to her, so she goes and she sits. She's a little suspicious, but she sits next to him.
He allows you to keep whatever distance you would like, and he looks up at the stars, seemingly connected by thousands upon thousands of silver strands. You are connected. We are all connected by blood. You have struggled with your path, wishing to return to the light, and scorning the dark. The dark is not as evil, and the light is not as good. There is no good nor evil. There are choices. And I am making the choice to assist you on your path, to realize yourself, and where you fit into this web of the cosmos.
This frightened.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
You go.
I was gonna say this frightens Sylvia because she hasn't really thought a lot about like self-actualization in her sort of undead state. You know, she doesn't really know she even's on a path. Her only thing is like she wants to like see her daughter, and she wants to like, you know, I don't know.
He seems to sort of sense this unease, and he gently sort of places a hand on your shoulder like a father comforting a child. The path will be treacherous, yes, it will be full of hardship, but you are my child, and I have seen my children grow and persevere in ways that I never imagined. And they still continue to surprise me. You are a scholar. You are smart. I believe that who you become on this path, I will be proud no matter how the outcome.
Even if I
Sorry, go ahead.
even if I give up and die again, you'll still be proud of me?
I will mourn for any child of mine, but I will still be proud that you continued to fight.
Okay. I mean, okay. I don't really know if I'm gonna be a great investment for your little, you know, big brother, big sister program over here, but you can try your best.
I am simply an observer, but occasionally I pull a few strings of the cobweb. And so I am sending help your way. Someone who will help you self-actualize, to understand your innate power.
Let her rip.
He smiles, and from what appears to be the folds of some kind of cloak, he pulls out a blocky shape that eventually, as the blood clears, is a book. A familiar book.
Mm.
It's a hardcover copy of Charlotte's Web.
Oh my god.
And he hands it to you, and he says, I admire your taste. And that's when you wake up.
Oh my god. Wow.
You do have work tonight.
I guess I get ready for work. I don't know. I probably check obsessively for, any posts on Instagram. But I probably just, I don't know, brush my hair, pack my bag.
Rise, you see Sylvia getting ready to go. Do you say anything to her?
Rise would glance over. Good morning, evening, Sylvia. How are you?
Good evening, Rise. I'm good. I had the weirdest fucking dream though.
Really? Like
Yeah.
a vision dream or just a weird dream?
See, I have a hard time telling whether any of my dreams are vision dreams. I usually just assume that they're complete batshit nonsense, but this one felt really realistic. I don't know.
What was it
This
about?
this crazy guy named Out of Blood told me that I was his family or something, and told me he was sending help. It was pretty bizarre.
Hey,
Oh,
Rise, if you would like, you can make a wits and occult roll.
got you.
Or you don't have anything in occult.
Oh, sadly.
Fuck.
Things I need to get. Occult.
I'll let you put 1 dot in it, just because I think you would be able to. Yeah, I'll let you do. I'll give you 1 die.
3
One-
points.
Woohoo! And then...
So you're not just rolling 3 dice.
Not that it helped.
You vaguely remember, perhaps, a conversation with another kindred a long time ago about Malkavians, about Sylvia's clan. And you remember something specific was said about their clan, but you can't remember what it was, but perhaps there was some sort of figure in the past that was important.
That is definitely a strange dream. I mean, maybe it has something to do with, like, the founder or one of your clansmen, I guess? Do you know much about?
No, I've tried to avoid all that stuff, but I probably should look into it just so I can understand my situation, I guess. I don't know. This is all so crazy. Like, I didn't even know that vampires or, I guess, kindred were even a real thing until I became one.
And you haven't been one long, if I remember.
No, not even a little.
Well, I know you have work tonight, but I'm happy to look into it a little. I'm sure some of the others may have some info.
That'd be kind of you. I'd appreciate it. It's a little
You hear a
intimidating doing.
furious knocking at the door.
Oh, I'll grab it. Coming! He'll,
Max is stood there.
He'll open the door. Max, what's up?
He holds up Templeton by the scruff. Is this your fucking rat?
Ah!
Templeton, what was he doing outside?
He was in my fucking car and he stole my chicken nuggets.
Sorry, right. Here. Pulls out his wallet and hands some money to Max. For new chicken nuggets. Templeton, why did you
Thanks.
leave?
Templeton kind of like struggles because he's being held by the scruff.
He'll, like, hold out his hands to put Templeton in.
Thank you for not exterminating my friend. I apologize for his offensive behavior.
Yeah, just tell him to stay the fuck out of my car. I don't want him chewing wires and shit.
I tell him to stay the fuck out of his car.
Templeton just scurries into your bag for work.
But we're getting ready for work, buddy, and you don't get any extra snacks tonight.
Sad squeak.
Sad squeak. Sorry about
Oh,
that, Max.
chicken nuggets.
It's
Man,
all right.
see, Sylvia looks at Templeton and she starts to think about how he could probably take care of himself, even if Sylvia wasn't around. But then she just shakes herself out of it and gets ready for work.
He's munching
And-
on a stray granola bar that you had in there that you forgot about like
God
15 years
damn
ago.
God damn it. Sylvia has food from when she was still human in her purse. That's how messy she
mean-
is. You know
I mean,
what? That
what-
checks out because she's extremely depressed. She doesn't
Yeah,
give a
I mean,
fuck about cleaning her purse.
You've seen our mom's purse, so
Honestly, I think Joanne cleans it more frequently than Sylvia. Way more frequently than Sylvia. I think Sylvia's just a slob.
we'll see.
Sophia, Max also brought over some more of our
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Here, and he like plops a bag on the counter. Didn't
Thank
know what
you.
you liked, so I just got double the usual.
I appreciate that, Max. You need any for work, Sylvia, or are you good?
Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll have a snack.
Sure,
Saves me a
what?
trip.
Oh yes, rouse checks everyone.
Oh, right.
Sylvia, I'll roll
snack.
for you.
Dipping my balls in the
Thanks,
French
I'm
sauce.
giving the
Snack has
cat.
miles back. Blood pack.
Goldfish.
Why am I
I'm
still
giving
at 3
a-
hunger?
You
Oh my
do
god.
not get hungrier.
Oh, okay. Ophelia is very hungry.
Ooh,
Ophelia's
yes.
dying of hunger.
Oh yeah, Ophelia is very hungry. Sylvia, you do not get hungrier, and Rise,
Awesome.
you also do not get hungrier.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go
Marcus,
find.
I will also roll for you.
Let's go find some dude and fucking tear his heart out.
Bryce will start grabbing stuff out of the bag to put
Marcus does not get hungrier, and Jade does not get hungrier.
away. Huzzah!
Am I the only one who got
All right.
hungrier?
Yes.
Fuck me.
All right. So, Sylvia, you head out to work. I'm assuming maybe convincing Max to give you a ride despite Templeton's antics would probably be out of the question for Sylvia.
Yeah, I take the bus.
Alrighty. You take the bus to work. It's fine for like an hour or two. And then somebody sets a copy of Charlotte's Web on the counter.
Sylvia,
Foxman, would you care to describe your character for us?
Perfect. What you see is a large, well, I shouldn't say large, a spindly, tall man with gray and silver hair running down his head, and a nice little, tiny ponytail at the very back, but you can hardly see that for the fact that he is wearing a hoodie that says Michigan something on it. It's halfway zipped up, and the other, what you can see under it, is a nice embroidered vest with orange and yellow embroiderment of flowers that almost look, in the light, flame-like.
huh?
He's hunched over just a little bit. You can tell that he's slouched for a very long time with his knees bent. He has a pair of orange glasses on, tinted. And he slides the book over to you with it, and then proceeds to put his hands in the hoodie pockets and kind of slouch and look over at you.
Sylvia, her eyes kind of bug out of her head. She can't really help it, but she tries to control herself. She's by nature quite paranoid, and by virtue of being a Malkavian, even more paranoid. So she's kind of shaking a little bit as she checks out the book. Did you find everything okay?
Did, actually. He kind of emotes in a little bit of a wiggle as he talks. I did. I was having just a wonderful time, and this nice little place of yours. I heard. Oh, so this book I haven't read in, well, since it came out. It was a stark, beautiful story I had. Written. Did I read it? No, I didn't write it. It was somebody else that wrote it. But I just. It's been so long, decades, since I've taken a good read, and it just, I don't know, something called me to it today. How are you doing, lass? What's your name? How has life been treating you?
I'm good today. My name is Sylvia. I point to my name
Name
tag. I'm just enjoying the nice weather. Glad we were able to help you find a good book.
Thank you. I was wondering, what is, I love to ask questions of the day. And I thought, what's a wonderful one today? I think I'll go with that one. He kind of muddles in his head, and emotes with his hands, kind of counting the fingers for a second before choosing one of his fingers, which happens to be the middle finger, coincidentally. But he kind of looks at it and then realizes he's flipping you off and then kind of waves it away. Sorry about that. What do you think is the most important act of respect somebody has ever shown you?
Sylvia's like, the fuck kind of weird question is this? But she gives it some thought. Uh, that's a good question. She thinks back to her childhood, like when she was a small child and her dad was still alive. And she thinks, my dad, he never let me walk in the rain. He always would go and pull up the car to the door so that I didn't have to walk outside in the rain. I think that's a pretty big one. Just kind of, I don't know. He was real chivalrous and old-timey like that, I guess.
For a child, I could imagine that being very respectful in a certain way. I think that's such a great answer. Probably the best answer I've heard in the last 5 hours, most likely. I think. Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, yes, I'd just like to check this out. By her chance, it was Sylvia? Sylvia, right? Sylvia.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
I got it right. Okay, so Sylvia, I just had a little bit of a question, just another question, if you would humor me.
She looks around, there's nobody else in here. She's like, sure. Shoot.
See, I noticed a little bit of, I don't know, gauntness in your appearance today. Looks like you've had a little bit of hard time lately. I can kind of see it on your face. Just, I don't know, I have an intuition for these kind of things. Perchance, do you believe in monsters? Vampires, werewolves, ghosts, ghouls, things along those lines.
Shoot him.
Uh, Sylvia kind of doesn't know what to say because she's like, okay, either this person knows what I am or they're an insane person. So she says, well, I don't really, I'm not really sure one way or another. I wouldn't rule it out entirely, but I mean,
Have you
who can
roll
say that?
a wits and subterfuge roll?
Can you do it?
I will. Wits
Thanks.
and
I'm driving, so if I have to roll anything, you'll have to roll it for me, just so you know.
okay.
This is exciting. I love what you throw at me every week. I love
You are
thinking
rolling
of shit on the spot.
2, 3,
It's awesome.
4, 5. No successes on that.
Wow.
Shucks.
And then Averjoe to see through it. Oh, sorry. And then for Fox to see through it. 1, 2. No. 2 successes. You are able to see through this light easily.
You know, I think you believe in him. I mean, I would too, honestly, especially since, I don't know. Especially since I can do this. And he kind of bites, he kind of shows his teeth and bites into his wrist for a moment and takes a good drink for a second and then takes it off. I think I need a little bit of more vitamin C lately.
Sylvia just kind of looks at him. She's like, do, do, do you need a Band-Aid?
Oh, no, not at all. And he wipes his hand, he licks the wound and it closes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Sylvia, you realize this is another kindred.
Listen, you can't do that shit in here. I listen, I'm at work, man. Like, you,
I know. Isn't the thrill wonderful? But if I could, I would like to check out this book and other things. There's I don't know. You seem kind of interesting today, and I've been looking for a good story to tell and a good story to make. He kind of takes a notepad out from under the hoodie and writes thing down, then flips a page, looks at it, and then kind of scribbles one thing off of it. So it was Sylvia. How do you spell that? Is that with 2 V's? Or is there an L? There's an L, is it? Yeah, of course there's an L. Writes that down. So, if we could at some point, I would love to have a chat with you. It doesn't have to be right now. Could be hours, could be days. I'd love to get to know. I'll just be honest with you. I kind of wandered into town a little bit ago. I don't know, just was wandering. And, just kind of looking to get a feel for the place, kind of figure out what's going around. I don't have too many connections, and you're the first that I've run into. So I'd like to make a new friend if I could.
Are you looking for protection? Because I can't really. I have friends who could help you with that, but not me.
Nobody could protect me. No, not at all. I'm just looking to make some more connections and friends lately. It's been a while. I've been on my own for a hot minute. Plus, I've got many things that I could be a help of. But yes, at the end of the day, I did want to check out that book if I could.
Well, Sylvia checks out the book. Strangely, this person has a really, really old library card for like the general public. And
does he have a library card?
You need a library card to check out from the library, especially the university library.
I rock it. That's canon now.
So let's just say, I want to check 2 things. So first, Sylvia wants to see if she can see what his name is from the card, and I also want to see if she is getting any bad vibes or if he seems kind of harmless and just kind of eccentric, because she's obviously like the most suspicious person.
I'll do wits and awareness for you.
She wants to know if she should give this person her contact information or if she's really signing her death warrant. Not that she would really mind if she was, but she just wants to know what she's getting into.
Okay. You don't sense any ill intent from him. He generally just seems very curious. Definitely eccentric, but very curious, and there's always that sort of underlying danger with unfamiliar kindred. If you look at the library card, the name has long since been smudged out.
Okay, no name.
It looks like it was from the 70s, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. So she says, let's say she gives him her university email address.
Ooh, email. Old fashioned. I like it.
Because she's at
Well,
work, so she's trying to keep a little bit of professional distance before she really knows who this gentleman is. But she's willing to take the risk. I mean, she that dream is playing itself over and over in her mind. She's wondering if this is what
Flexman, if you would like your character to sort of do any other Malkavian things.
I think he just turns, grabs the book, takes it, puts it in his hood, and then flops it back. And kind of
That's so Malkavian of you.
stretches a little bit, and you realize that when he came in, his slouch made him. He was a tall man. He was roughly about 6 something, about 6'2". And as he stretches, you watch as his spindliness, he grows in statures to his full 7'1" height.
Oh my
and
god.
kind of bends his back. You hear a few cracks, a little shiver, and then he goes back down into his slouch like he had previously.
Oh my god.
Well, Sylvia, it was a pleasure to meet you. Names. Well, my apologies. My name. Did you want to know? My name?
Actually, that would be real hospitable of you. What's your name?
Well, my name. And he steps back a little bit and puts another hand into his hoodie, grabs a cane that slowly extends, and then it fully extends out with a nice little wooden cudgel at the end, and he taps it on the ground and opens his arms into a wide berth, full wingspan. He says, "My name is Averjoe."
How do you spell that?
Think of like trying to say average Joe, but you just slur it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like like you saying it, but you're French. That makes sense.
Oh, yes. Petit poisson.
Well, nice to meet you, Averjoe.
Well, thank you. Anyhow, I shall be off on my way. I'll send you an email in I don't know when. Well, peace. And he kind of skips his way out.
Peace. She does a peace sign.
And he exits the scene.
Sylvia feels kind of giddy. She feels kind of excited, like this guy might kill me or he might help me self-actualize. I don't know, but it really shook up my my Monday. She's kind of pleased.
You hear a sudden clatter and a cry from the other librarian, Mr. Warren.
Mr. Warren? I run to where he is.
You see, it looks like someone swept all the books off of a top row of shelves and accidentally struck him, but there is no one to be seen.
What happened? Did you fall? Did somebody push you?
I I don't know. I was just shelving books and I overheard you talking to that man, and then all of a sudden the books were flying off the shelves, and I must have accidentally run into someone. I just saw someone and I heard I don't it sounded like someone grumbling something, but I couldn't make it out.
What did they say?
Various curses under their breath, no doubt. They
Sylvia's
sounded
like,
very angry.
Sylvia is suspicious because she's like, if that guy that I just met just pushed my, like, literal best fucking friend in the whole world, I want nothing to do with him and I'm gonna chew him a new asshole as soon as he emails me. But then part of me is sort of thinking, like, that was, the guy just went in the other direction and he didn't seem angry or upset when he left. So she's kind of getting afraid now. Like, what if somebody overheard? Who could it be? She's afraid she's gonna get chased again by Isaac.
Mr. Warren picks himself up off the floor, sort of shaking his head and rubbing his cheek from where he was. He must have been slapped there. Goodness me, what a mess.
Let me clean it up. Why don't you take a 15, Mr. Warren?
You are very kind, Sylvia. I believe I am overdue for a late lunch anyway.
Yeah, go have lunch. I'll clean up. I'll take care of it.
Very well, thank you. And he heads to the back.
You receive an email in about an hour and 46 minutes after he leaves. And it just says, Sylvia, pleasure to meet you. I forgot where the library was, even though I just left it. So I don't know where that is, but so I'll just let you choose a time and place because, I don't know, I like a little bit of surprise and a little bit of tension in my life. So, you go, girl.
Okay, I suggest the Broken.
Lovely. Why don't we head over there now?
I am almost home. Do we want to switch scenes for a moment and pick this scene back up?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
We move to the Broken. Ophelia, you're hungry.
She's like, she's sitting on the couch with Molly, and it's just like, no, I keep telling you, Molly, William Afton killed the children, and he created some of the animatronics, not all of them.
He was literally
What is
the
this about?
founder of. I think she's like trying to argue back.
He is literally Springtrap. He got trapped within the Springlock suit. That's why he can never die, forever tormented to live out his eternal life. Like me.
Okay, but by extension, he also infected all of the other animatronics in the newest game.
Yes, he
So he
technically
did create them.
No, he did not create them. He infected them like a virus. You don't look. You. If someone gives an STD to someone else, they don't suddenly create life in them. They're just an asshole.
Okay, this is getting really stupid. Why are we even arguing about this again?
I don't know. I really, really fucking don't know. I'm very hungry, and I'm. I should probably go hunt. But first, I need to tap 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 tap. Send a message to someone. All right, send.
Who are you talking to?
Well, with all the fuck shit that's been happening as of late, I've had to call in for reinforcements. Also, if a burner phone ends up in the mail that's given to me, do not answer the call.
Why not?
Because then, if you answer the call, then once the call is ended, the phone's internal code will literally self-destruct itself, making the phone 100% unusable. And if I'm not there for that call, and before the phone call goes off, then it's just gonna have to repeat this whole long process. It's a thing. Best to not worry about it.
Wait, if you're texting this person, then why can't you just call them normally?
You do it's a one-way sort of thing. They can text me. I can text them, but it's always to like a different number. And she over the past day, the past couple days, she scrolls, and it's every single time Ophelia sends a message or gets a reply, it's a completely different number.
Then just use an email?
Yeah, just opens up her email, same thing.
Well, that must be annoying.
After working with this person, I've gotten used to it. You should have seen dealing with them back before email. The letters were annoying. You would send
Was it one page for a single letter?
No, it was you would receive one part of the whole thing one day, and then another part the next day to avoid them being connected back together. And I know secrecy and being private is their whole thing, but
You're rambling again, hun.
I know. I'm gonna go punch some random dickhead in the face and rip out his heart.
Okay. I'll stay here.
And she stands up and kisses Molly on the forehead. Stay safe.
I will. She kisses her back.
And then Ophelia just gets her shotgun, slots it in, and takes her big knife. There we go. And she puts on her jacket and she steps out and past Tony and is like, tonight is a night, Tony.
I can see that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be taking care of a few things. I have a few projects that I'm gonna be looking into tonight, checking up on the status of them in person and stuff, so I won't be around. Will you be good here?
Alright, I'll be good.
Alright. Take care, Tony. If anything comes up, don't hesitate to call me, text me, or send a raven like you did that one time. I still don't know where you found a raven in New Orleans.
That wasn't Tony.
What?
That was Leon.
No, I was making a joke that Tony also did that at a different occasion. And Ophelia's just confused as to how Tony did it.
It was the kids' idea. They were feeding them and decided to see if they would. I don't know. It was a weird kids thing. Just get out of here.
It worked. Ophelia then walks off and begins looking for someone.
All right, wits and streetwise.
Streetwise. Oh, messy critical.
Oh my. Oh yeah, it is not hard to find somebody. Typical mugging. Your beast is very, 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 very dominant tonight.
Ophelia just grabs the person who's mugging and just starts headbutting them.
Yeah! There's various welches and screams, and there's the person still cowering in the alley, sort of covering themselves.
Ophelia like
waiting
stopped.
for the next blow.
Ophelia stopped, like, You, are you alright?
They kind of like peer over their hands, like still fists clenched.
You're fine. Go, get out of here. I'll take care of this guy.
They run away almost immediately.
Ophelia then looks at the guy. Now, I'm assuming that you probably had some other ambitions in life, possibly some other capabilities that you could have done, yet you chose a life of crime. Why? Why would you do that?
He spits some blood in your face.
Ophelia's just like, You know, I was going to try and have a civilized conversation. And this is what I get for listening to Molly and trying to be a better person. And Ophelia's just gonna grab his jaw and like rip it off.
Okay, strength plus brawl.
Brawl, strength. That is 4 successes.
Yeah, you just tear him open.
And she's
Just rip off his jaw and go to town.
she's just like, and like while he's like, you know, like, she's like, see, this is what happens when you're an asshole. It doesn't take a lot to be a semi-decent person. I'm a horrible person, and that I'm still better than you are. Who let you exist on? Oh, you're dead. All right. Molly's right. I really do ramble when I'm hungry. And she takes out her knife and like carves open his chest. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. There you are.
Lovely.
And this.
So you are now back down to, I believe, 1.
Yay. And she just like, wipes her chin. And, you know, makes the call, of course. And it was just like, hey, can someone come get this guy?
Yep.
And
He-
it's pretty useful.
Yep. They start getting, like, they say, like, a cleaner will be there soon.
Yeah. Ophelia waits, as usual, for, like, the cleaner to show up, just to make sure nobody stumbles across the heartless, jawless dude in the alleyway. She shakes the blood off her hands, wipes her face clean. Just waits.
Yeah. Foxman, did you want to jump in?
Sure, I guess. I'm almost home. I've got like a little bit left of the drive, like 5 minutes, but yeah, I can just hop in the last bit. I think Averjoe might have seen some of this scene as he's walking towards the bar. Might have. I think he would nonchalantly take note of it and not try to draw attention.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see, I need to check up on... And she's, like, kind of mumbling to herself about, like, the places she needs to visit.
Yeah. And then you spot this beanpole of a man.
She kind of looks at him and is like... She's like, what? You got... What? You see something... What? You see something you like?
Not particularly.
Then why the fuck are you staring?
Not. I was just staring at the artistic artistic value.
I will shoot you in your fucking knees if you keep being cryptic.
Direct to the point. I can respect
She
that.
unholsters her shotgun.
Whoa, whoa there. And he actually kind of backs up just a little bit. At this point, Averjoe isn't dressed in the same attire as he had before. Now he has a light shawl on that goes all the way down, almost to a cloak-like. And he puts his hand behind his back, grabbing something behind himself. We're cool. We're cool. You and me? I got no beef.
I don't even know who
We
you
cool?
are.
Are we cool?
I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
You're way too tall to be normal.
A voice
I
pipes up from the shadows. Well, well, well. It has been quite a while, Mesha.
Ophelia will like
Let
slightly.
me think. New York City, 19. What was it?
I'm assuming you're going to say sometime between 1917 and 1943.
Roughly. And you see Xavier step out of the shadows.
Ah,
But I was talking more with this fine gentleman.
the one,
Hi.
the one who I'm going to put a hole into.
Oh no, Mesha, you would be ruining my work.
Your work. You do realize that's like even less of an incentive for me to keep him alive, right?
Please, ma chérie. He is he was a very good patron. And I can't have you scaring my patrons.
Ophelia looks at not at Xavier, but like at the beanpole guy. It is like, fine. What are you guys doing here, anyways?
Well, I was out running an errand, but I don't know where my old friend came from.
Alrighty, I see the situation here has calmed for a second. Cool. He looks over at Xavier and cocks his head. Like there's a little bit of recognition, but he's kind of glazing over the details.
He grins and points to his shoulder. A tattoo.
Oh! I forgot. Let me see if I can get the name right. A xylophone.
Close, but no, it is Xavier, my friend.
Ah,
Averjoe.
ah. Well, again, thank you. It's held up over the years. Surprisingly, it didn't disappear. Um, and you notice that there is very the ink itself. There is a straight scar-like line through it, but his flesh is fine there. It's just the ink that seems to have just been erased in a scar-like pattern through it.
He notices it and he sort of like grabs the arm and tuts. Oh, Mesha, what happened? All my hard work.
Well, funny story. Not sure. Don't
Well,
remember.
I can come fix it. Well, you are more than welcome in my chair anytime. I can easily fix it for you.
Why, thank you. So I just came upon this scene. By the way, what? My name's Averjoe. Think of like average Joe, but slurred. Uh, what was your name?
Ophelia like just looks like if there was a way to look more unimpressed than there physically was for Ophelia, that's what the face that she's giving is right now. She just kind of quirks an eyebrow and looks at Xander. Who the fuck is this guy?
An old
I just
friend.
told you. I'm Averjoe.
As in,
Did you? Is this thing not on?
she pulls out her shotgun and points it at him while looking at Xander. As in, where did he come from? Where did he go?
Where did
Why
I
is
go?
he here?
Where did I come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
I will blow your fucking skull in half.
By the way, is
Xavier
that a-
grips the shotgun. You shoot him and our deal is over.
Fine. As annoying as you are actually helpful compared to other ones I've met. So I appreciate that. You,
Good.
tall one, answer the questions before I answer mine. What are you doing here and why are you in my territory?
Know that this is territory. Traveling. Just kind of working my works. literally just decided to stumble in town. I met this wonderful lass. What was it?
Were you harassing? Were you
Uh,
harassing one of my friends?
No, I mean, I don't think it was harassing. By the way, I like the design work on the shotgun there. Nice touch. I can tell you put a little design into that. Anyways, I digress. No, I think Sylvian. I think it might
Sylvia.
have here, and he takes a notepad out of his coat pocket again, and kind of flips. Yeah, Sylvia. Um, met her, seemed to strike up a good conversation. We decided to meet up over at this bar that I'm kind of lost where it's
Broken.
supposed to be around here. Broken. Yes, that one right there. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding it.
I'll take you. I'll take you
Um,
there once my cleaners get here.
Right
okay,
on time, a
cool.
white van rolls
So
up.
is it? Are you?
And then she like pulls out like a decent wad of like bills and hands it to like the first guy that walks over to her. Here you go, as per usual.
He nods and just sort of starts getting to work. He's got like a full like hazmat cleaner suit on.
All right, I suppose I'll take you to. I suppose if Xander approves of you being here, that's enough for me. But start any trouble, and Xander won't be able to protect you. Capiche?
Boosh.
Ophelia's not impressed. She's just mildly more irritated, if anything. She's still waiting.
All right.
But she's like, but as she starts walking, she says, Baron Ophelia.
A pleasure to meet you, thou Baroness.
I can't say the same.
Yeah, that's fine. Not everybody. Not everybody's your crowd.
Most
Not
aren't.
everybody is going to be your audience.
But yeah, she leads them back to Broken.
Sylvia, I will say that at this point you have also arrived and sort of milling about. You see Ophelia walk in with Averjoe and Xavier.
Ophelia, this guy found you too?
Well, he more stumbled across something I was doing to keep the angry voices down and decided to be nosy. Thankfully, Xander showed up and kept him from getting his head blown off.
Yes.
Well,
A pleasure to see you again, Sylvia.
You too.
Now,
Nice to see you.
Now, you guys, I do have things to do. So please, be on your best behavior. If I find out anything crazy happened, I will personally tear you in half, asshole to mouth.
Are we?
And she walks away.
Are we talking? Wait. One question.
She just keeps going.
Oh, okay. Well. All right. Peace. And then he turns around to Sylvia and kind of just looks at the booth. Oh, my knees are gonna hurt on this one. Decides to kind of squat down and kind of slide into the booth.
Listen, I brought you here because it's my friend's bar, so if you kill me, there'll be witnesses with penchants for revenge. So
Oh, cool.
just tell
a
me,
blood
like,
bet.
sure, you could say that. What are you? What's your deal, man?
So elegantly put, I must admit. Deal? Not a whole lot. Just like I said before, kind of going in, trying to make friends. Had a little bit of ramblings. I don't know. Let's say at this point right here, my deal is to get information as well as to give services and general information needed. kind of takes a moment, sniffs, and grabs the salt and the pepper and starts kind of passing them between his hands, sliding across the table as he talks in a fidget.
Hmm.
So you have very peculiar smell. I think it's been 7 months since you've been turned?
How long has it been, sis? A couple years, right?
Mm-hmm. Let me double check. It has been 5 years.
Hmm. Close enough. It honestly feels like it's gone by in about 7 months, but it's been closer to 5 years.
Oh, how's it treating you?
Um, it's living hell. Thanks for asking. What about you?
What
How do you like being a Malkavian?
oh, I didn't know you were part of the Melkavian persuasion. Uh, well, uh, I mean, it's got its ups, it's got its downs, it's got its wretched parts, and it has those brief glimpses of niceties. I will say, it is rough sometimes. But the reason why I kind of got a particular, I mean, if you're asking me why I chose you out of anybody else, I just felt a pluck. I felt some kind of thread pluck somewhere, and I don't usually get that sense, well, ever. The web doesn't really the web doesn't really work for me that well. So I
Me
decided
neither.
to investigate.
That makes sense. I don't know what I can offer you. I'm not really that good of a fighter. I don't really know a lot of lore or gossip. My greatest strength is my strength in numbers. I've got some powerful allies, but that's about it. I'm just kind of,
Hey,
broke and
don't,
broken.
don't discount Templeton.
You're
Oh
right.
yes, Templeton peers out of your bag, sort of curiously.
Rude. Don't discount Templeton.
I've also got a pet rat, if that's anything.
Ooh, how adorable. Can I give him a little scritch?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if he lets you.
Finger goes right near and itches behind one of his ears if he lets it happen.
Templeton does, because
Mhm.
Templeton is a little slut.
For attention?
And he'll accept affection from anyone.
What does Templeton look like? Is he just sort of like brown woodsy, or does he look like he was a pet rat at some point?
He's brown, but he's very like cute and round and like so fluffy. Like you would not expect him to be so fluffy. But Sylvia definitely brushes his fur and like moisturizes him.
He's a little poof ball.
Sometimes when she's like really manic, she like takes care of him like he's a real baby.
Love it. Um, such a way with it. Nice little pet. Pets don't. Well, some of our races do. Well, here. How about I take the first step forward into this budding friendship of ours? I may be able to answer any questions or give any insights on just our general existence. I mean, you are a little bit new, and well, I've had some experience. I've had a little bit of a time around. At least I think, for the most part. Kind of scratches his head a little bit. My memory really isn't. It doesn't really memory very well. So
Gotcha. You know, I don't I don't know anything about like the web or what I'm supposed to be able to do, I guess. Like other vampires have like interesting powers depending on like what clan they're in or whatever, but I don't know anything about that. I've kind of placed an information embargo on myself because I don't want to learn how cruel, how sick and twisted my talents may be. But it's honestly not serving me anymore at this point to not learn anything about myself.
Well, let's just say this much. Any person of any race, human, vampire, can do some sick, twisted things. So that's not true. And plus, you're a Malkavian. You're not a Lasombra. You ain't gonna go into, a safe house and just completely slaughter the entire crew. We're not really built for that. I mean, I knew one guy. His name was Todd. And Todd fucking he was a bodybuilder, and I don't know what he got when he turned, but it wasn't right. Though most of us aren't. And yeah, that was a bloodbath. That was a yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Wow.
Well, yeah, there are some pieces of information I know. I will say, let's say this: the web, as it is understood, is the connection between all of us. We're connected by blood. A little bit
Sylvia
more
gets
than.
this weird flashback to her dream where he's saying connected by
Deja
blood.
vu.
Yeah, she has major deja vu.
Hmm.
Her eyes kind of glaze over.
I see. I see that. That might assist with something in your head. Well, so we're a little bit connected, a little bit more than the other clans per se. Have you ever heard of like a necromancer mixed with a sorcerer? What
Sure.
you so imagine like oh imagine a sorcerer wanted to become immortal. This is how I see it. I don't necessarily see if this is the truth, but imagine that a sorcerer wanted to become eternal and live forever, longer than we are, become powerful. Um, so they started a family, and that family shared its blood. And as long as somebody with their blood in their bloodline was surviving, they would never truly die.
Oh,
Even
kind of
if
like the Bene Gesserit in the Dune series by Frank Herbert.
maybe is here, and he takes a note. He takes the notepad out again, and passes it over to you. Could you write that down for me?
I write it down. We have like lots of
Recommending
copies at the
Dune.
library.
Love
Thank you. I make sure to put these notes down. Thank you. And he grabs it back. So I'm gonna assume yes. I'm not really. I haven't read in like a decade or two that
They
much.
remember
So
all of the. It's basically like the secret society of witches, and they transfer their memories. And if you drink this special potion, you get all of the memories of all of the ones who came before you, basically.
So kind of, but not really. Memory wise, sometimes. I mean, have you had visions?
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. I mean, you don't. I mean, it depends on how powerful you are, how many of the memories you can access in the book.
Well,
I mean,
in that sense, the prophetic side of that is the closest idea that's tethered to what you're talking about. But think of it more. It's much more of a hive mind throughout time that really isn't a hive mind. It's just one dude floating around several people and connected to each other. It's like control, but not with any physical matter. More like voice. So, I mean, have you have you? He stops for a second and kind of his eyes glaze over for a quick second. And he thinks for a second. By the way, perchance have you ever heard any voices calling to an island or something along those lines?
And
An island, yes.
I don't think so. Have I, sis?
Give me a. I will roll. Wits and resolve for you.
Thank you.
You may have heard a few whispers here and there, but not.
That's so weird. It's so weird that you know about that. Yeah, I thought I did, but I kind of dismissed it as nonsense, like I do all of the voices in my head.
Well, maybe you should pay attention to those voices because he moves the notepad and flips a few more pages, and you see a few various notes that reference island, circled, voices leading, Melkov, question mark. I've sent, this is a common, I don't know. I don't. Let me ask you this then. What is your issue? We all have issues, but what what problems breathe life into your daily life?
What is your major malfunction?
Sylvia's
Basically.
like, finally, somebody's gonna ask me to talk about my fucking problems. She's like, I have too many to fucking count, man. I got tricked by this I got postpartum depression. I got tricked by this handsome drug dealer who was actually a vampire. He fed off me for like a year
Mm-hmm.
until I went so batshit insane that I killed myself. But he brought me back to life as this undead freak, and now I haven't seen my daughter in 5 years, and I'm losing the will to live every day.
Fair. So, all right.
Forgive me if I don't seem particularly enthusiastic about our shared blood or whatever the fuck, because I'm horrified by the fact that I have to go prey on unsuspecting people just to survive, just to get another chance to see my family again.
Yes, the common. I don't mean to be reductive, but a common problem among newer conscripteds.
Oh, and my crazy drug dealer, sire, is stalking me and trying to fuck up my life in New Orleans, and I think that he's gonna kidnap me or something.
How do you think he's stalking you?
I see him. He comes to my workplace. I thought that I was just imagining it at first, but it's like he's around every corner. And the other day, he got inside my head and he chased me down the street, and I had to come here, and it didn't turn out well.
Well, Sylvia, I think I may have just found a way to enter this friendship on a good foot. I may have. This should relate into it. For my issues, and I hear all of yours, and my condolences. I'm sorry you have to go
Thanks.
through all of this. It's never is easy. I knew this one girl. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just was gonna say this is the first time Sylvia has said it out loud. All of this.
You remind me. You remind me of a girl I know. She was a fury. Real spitfire, that's for sure. Could kill anybody she looked at, but just a teddy bear at heart. Good memories. But going back to our main topic, my issues is I'm stuck in the present. Now you may ask what that means. That means history doesn't really hold any weight for me because I don't remember much at all. I mean, hell, I even forgot Xylophone's name over there.
Xavier is gone from this scene, by the way.
He has vanished like Xavier
Which
does.
makes it even funnier that he's like, I forgot Xylophone's name. And Xylophone's not even there.
Like Xavier does. He just vanishes like Batman. Just talking to air, and it's like, oh, and he's gone.
But that it provides me with it's both benefits and negatives. I don't quite remember how it happened, but something I don't know what is tied to why the web doesn't really function correctly for me. I the web is something that connects us all. You may have met Big Daddy M, have you? It kind of shows up every now and then.
Honestly, I'm starting to think that he's been finding me in my dreams.
Yeah, that would track. That would track. I mean, if you saw him in person, well, fuck. I think this whole world is about to have a whole freak show of fun. But that would make sense. So, think of him like a father, in a sense. Your estranged, really far away father, I guess you could say, for our clan. Kind of interesting. Um, Pretty cool person sometimes. I tried to bite him a few times in my dreams, I think. I don't think it went well for me. Anyways, but that's the gist of that. He's the big old necromancer, sorcerer, at least in my headcanon he is. But the web, specifically, that you can't... It connects us all. Including me. I mean, if I really tried really hard, I might be able to talk to you in your head, but it would probably be easier for you to do that to me.
I haven't learned how to use the web. I mean, I hear it sometimes, but it freaks me out, so I try not to listen to it. I mean, and then sometimes I'll just, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel crazy, like when it's really loud and I can't turn it off, it makes me want to crawl out of my skin.
Well, in that aspect, I think I might be able to help you. Also know a side note that might be a part of why you can't get away from your stalker. The web tethers us in many ways. And not necessarily a full tracking system, but enough. So, it's hard, but what you can do, I could teach you 2 little tricks if you'd like.
Sylvia? Sis?
Mic problems.
My anticipation is peaked.
Nips can cut diamonds on this type of suspension.
Exactly. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Sis, are you there?
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello from the other side.
I cannot find my Averjoe's character sheet anywhere. It's driving me nuts.
I thought
I
I
love
called
that
69 times.
Thank
I
you.
can spell it in chat for you guys.
Forever it shall be in my head as just exactly how you spelled it.
Just
Excellent.
exactly how you spelled it. Is this correct? I don't know. It looks right.
Averjoe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my phone died.
That's alright.
Ah.
We'll get you
No
an
worries.
average Joe's jacket.
Alright. What do you need me to
Hang on.
repeat? Do you need me to repeat what you heard?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Averjoe is offering to teach you a couple of tricks related to the cobweb.
Yeah, do it. Go for it. Let's level the fuck up.
So, the first trick I can teach you is something that, well, it's not necessarily exclusive to our clan as a bit, but kind of takes a look around for a second. How many of these people know what we are around here?
None. Well, I look and is anyone that I know in here? Is any of the gang?
Probably not.
No.
You can always call Ophelia.
You can message Ophelia, like, who's in the know here?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. My headphones stopped working.
So far away, it makes me sad. I missed her voice, Moon.
It'll be okay. She'll come back.
Hello from the other side.
Hello from the underside. I'm the gum on the underside of the table.
Hmm.
1 second.
Bliss.
Oh god, I just like deflated because I held my sneeze in and then just like let it all out like a cartoon character sucking in an explosion.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Hang on.
Hello. Welcome
Oh, I guess. Uh-huh.
to a place of pure imagination.
I looked up Common Rider TTRPG, and it turns out that one of the games I already have is basically a Common Rider TTRPG, so I'm happy.
Which game?
Let me pull it up because I actually have a section for it on my server. It's called Convector, powered by Grief. We'll talk about it more after if anyone's interested, but let's, now that Lena is back.
I have a great warlock idea for that game.
Well, that's something different. It's got a completely different system. It's not even D&D. Also, apparently in the harem chat, this is Fettuccine is being accused of a crime and everyone is fighting it.
Okay, I'm back now.
Hello, welcome
Yay.
back. You missed.
The last thing I heard was that I was asking whether anyone I know is in the bar.
No.
Okay.
I don't think
Nobody here knows it. We'd have to go somewhere else if we have to get like freaky supernatural running around in the woods.
We could always ask.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Buy me dinner before we get freaky, okay?
Sylvia laughs for the
there's
first
that
time
laugh.
in weeks.
There's a good smile.
Ugh.
Once she's gotten started, she kind of can't stop.
He just laughs along with you and starts being more verbose about it.
You start looking at them.
Ophelia texts Sylvia like, "Hey, whatever you guys are doing, cut it out. I'm getting messages from the bartender that you are freaking people out."
Sylvia stops, but she has to like put a hand over her mouth.
Well, to add tit for tat, I mean, we can. Yeah, let's head out. Here's my question for you. Lead us to a place that you feel comfortable and safe at. Yeah. Period.
Rice's house, because my house is probably being watched by my stalker still.
I will say this. I don't want to intrude. I appreciate that you want me to take, or want to take me back to your house already. This is quite fast. But if you don't feel comfortable having a new stranger, I mean, I think we're the best of friends now. But I understand that not everybody feels that way when talking to me. So if you feel uncomfortable, I would set those boundaries.
I don't know. Where else could they go? Sis. I mean, I'm thinking Rise's house. I already took him to the broken.
Is it broken?
I would
Maybe
say
we
this
could
is
go
the safest place. You could go into Sylvia's
Upstairs?
apartment.
You could ask Ophelia. Ophelia might know some places.
My apartment I'm avoiding because of the whole it's being watched.
No, you could
thing.
go to Ophelia's apartment above the bar.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna go upstairs.
It's locked.
Ooh, all right. We're going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship.
So the door is
Sylvia remembers
locked.
that from when.
Do you? Yeah. So the door is locked. Do you knock on the door?
Yeah, I call Ophelia.
Yo,
Hey, let us in. We have to like do magic and stuff.
you do realize I'm not at my house. I left. That is why I
Who
told
else
you
is
to behave.
there? Is there anyone else inside? How can I? We need a place. I need a spot to crash.
Oh my god. All right, just
I'm
fucking,
learning magics, Ophelia.
just fucking. You know what? Okay. Just wait down in the bar.
there
Give
like
me
a-
like 10
Is
minutes.
there like a key under the mat? She looks around. She looks under the doormat.
There
She's looking
isn't.
for an extra key.
He's like,
There isn't one,
It's like Molly is
but
in there.
the door opens anyway.
What?
Oh,
Who's in there?
hi. Oh, hi, Sylvia. It's Molly.
Oh, hey Molly. Listen, can we intrude on your? I feel like an asshole for asking. I thought I was gonna.
Did you hang
Anyway,
up on Ophelia yet?
Don't worry
is
about it. Who's your friend? Holy shit, you are tall.
This is Averjoe. You know, like Average Joe. If you say it weird.
Okay, Joe. Yeah, you guys can come in. I don't think Ophelia would mind. Do you guys need anything?
She
or-
doesn't. Just a room out of the way. We have to talk business. You know,
Yeah,
vampire stuff.
Sure. I mean, I was about to head to work anyway. Don't worry, I already called a ride with Max. So,
Oh, you work at night too? You're a night owl?
honey, I work in the most famous gentleman's lounge in New Orleans.
Sylvia raises her eyebrows and blushes a little bit. Oh, neat. That's cool.
Something happened.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself and your friends. Damn, you're tall. How
Let me-
tall are you?
Tall enough to dunk a basketball and hit my head on every doorway.
Fair enough. Well, I'm Molly. I'm Ophelia's girlfriend. If you're here, I'm guessing that you have already met her. So,
Oh shit! That Spitfire has a girlfriend. Cool. Good for her.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Yeah, don't worry. She's a big old teddy bear once you get to know her. You
I
have
have
a
to
good
disagree
time,
somehow.
I guess.
Thank you.
And she sort
Why,
of like hoists her duffel bag and heads downstairs. Just remember to lock up when you're done.
Sylvia looks around.
I-
She doesn't see any keys anywhere. She doesn't understand.
It's in the potted plant.
Ah, thanks. Okay, teach me some magics, guy.
Every gif I send is just Ophelia, because did you hang up on Ophelia, or have you just been on call with her?
I have not hung up. I've gotten distracted by Molly.
She is. Every gif that I have sent is her right now.
I look down at my phone and I'm like, oh fuck. I hang up.
Well, Averjoe kind of stretches again, coming to his full 7 foot 2 height.
It's a
It gets taller. It gets taller by an inch every time I say something. Anyways,
if so the apartment is actually just a studio apartment.
their couch.
It's like it's got a
It's just
couch.
one
It's got
room?
it's got one room. It's got like a decent couch, nice TV, a heavy bag, and then an exorbitantly large amount of Gunpla figures.
Send me a picture. I don't know what that looks like.
Hey, I will. Hang on. I'll post it in chat real quick. So, have you ever heard of like Gundam? Like the
Yeah,
so
just like that.
so it's literally like the figures that are like that you buy of Gundam, but you like put them together.
Oh.
But like there are some that
gotcha.
are like super rare and like hard to find and stuff. Like they're collector's items. And so
That's awesome.
so she has a large amount of those. She's very obviously a collector. She is still on her way back though.
Gotcha. Averjoe kind of looks up. Well, first off, stretching out a little bit, sees the couch, walks near it. It's not technically magic. We're just fucking talented. That's first of all. There's real magic, but we can't really. I mean, you might be able to learn it if you know the right people, but magic's fucking cool. Some of us can make fucking fire. It's cool. Kind
Wow.
of sheds his cloak, and you see the full vest on him, as well as the nice black slacks. And you see that it's embroidered is a vine flower pattern that goes all the way up it, and it has all the colors of fire. Well, first off, you said you don't know how to do anything.
No, but let me ask, where do you buy your clothes?
Barnes and Noble.
Well, this
Lizard
first I
sword.
get first I got one thing, this watch from Barnes and Noble, but the other
No.
thing, this is the best if that's what you're talking about. This was custom made by a friend of mine that I will have to research their name again. Unimportant, but thank you. Your compliments look wonderful on me. So, I mean, I assume since you seem to feel exposed, am I correct in intuiting this?
Yeah, I'm a sitting duck just waiting for my terrifying stalker to come gut me.
Well, I mean, this would kind of help, and you watch as he starts to fall back, almost like a slight jump, like maybe an inch off the ground, and going to fall back into the couch, and as he falls, he disappears. And you hear him hit the couch, but there's nobody there.
I can turn invisible.
Oh shit, you
I
can
figured
take
that out.
invisible? Oh shit,
Yeah.
okay, well that's nice.
That's like the only thing I fucking can do, though.
Well,
to be
you're on the
honest with
right
you.
track. Oh shit, I need to be invisible. Okay, back into the thing. Well, first off, here's the one thing that I can show you how to do then. I was going to be, I thought you were really fresh on that, so it's good to know that you know that. Here's one thing that I can teach you how to do. And that is how to destroy your connection to the cobweb for a limited time of amounts.
Oh, awesome. That would help me out so much you don't even know. Like my sanity, probably my safety. That'd be awesome.
I will say, if you do it too much, it has negative effects. But,
Such as?
well, I don't know if it's because I did all this, but puts a mental toll, fatigue, I guess you could say. Not really
Like give you
physically, but
memory problems?
maybe, maybe not. I'm not going to, in game sense, I'm going to like role play the hell out of teaching this random ability that it's not in the game book or anything like this. I'll let the game master decide what the negatives are to it. So that's what I mean. Out of game,
Oh, that's
above
I
counter.
get it. That
If
makes
you
sense to me.
do it, how long does it last?
I'm gonna say what I'm about is I'm gonna decide that in roleplay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Every success adds a day.
Every success. Oh, I was gonna say a few hours, but a day. Fuck. All right, man. Your storyteller is really nice to you. Okay.
If
Alrighty.
you do it more than 5 times in 1 month,
Mm.
you lose a memory.
Oh,
It
Oh,
can
I like
either
that.
be small or it can, depending on the severity, it could either be a small memory or it could be a very important memory.
gotcha.
The
Memory.
longer you use it, the more important memories start to vanish. Things about your history,
Mm.
things about your past.
So you've used this a lot, I'm
Um,
assuming.
Well, let's go back into scene real quick. So this ability, it can last for a while. And yes, I don't use it anymore because, well, I don't really need to. I don't see. I just can't connect that. Here's a bedroom. I'll teach you how to meditate. Here, sit with me. Do you have candles? I like candles. What's your favorite smell of candle?
Where
I
did you
look
get
around
candles?
for candles. Does Ophelia have candles,
I
or
was
is
about
she
to be
against
like, where did you
candles?
get the candles?
There's a scented candle, like on a dresser.
Molly
Probably
brought
one of
it.
Molly's.
Yeah, Molly brought
Yeah.
it.
Molly brought it for lovemaking.
Very much so.
He
Gross.
he goes over and nabs the candle, and you watch as he flicks his fingers and a little spark comes off and it lights up. All right, stop. Places it down in front of you. So, what are we? We are, well,
Vampires.
exactly. And when you are dead for a long, long time, I'm a little bit of an exception or an extreme case, I guess you could say. But when you're dead a long, long time, your memories kind of are hard to find. They're still there. They're just really hard to find. And so
Because you
some
have
of
so
us go
many of
into,
them.
yeah. So we can go into a little bit of a state and explore them. And what I'm about to teach you isn't really that, but it's the beginning step of the meditation that leads to that. You get what I'm
This is
saying?
literally just like Dune. I just have to tell you, this is a lot like Dune, and I'm loving it. I am loving
Oh,
it.
I will be full up front. I have never read Dune. I haven't seen the movies yet. So,
It's like they explain it a little better in some of the later books, but this is pretty Dune-y, and I'm having
cool.
fun.
Perfect. So, what I'm yeah. This your beast. First, I'm getting ahead of myself. All of us have the little beast, but we're going to. What is your relationship with your beast?
Uh, it's sort of a
Whenever you're hungry, it always is sitting in the back of your mind, is it not?
I sort of a begrudging relationship. I'm not really the biggest fan of compulsory, uh, uh, let's say, compulsory violation of mortals.
Killed anybody yet?
No, and I hope I
Good.
never do.
Well, I'll pin that for a later conversation, but I digress. Let's continue on this. So what we're about to learn is how to use your beast to hurt yourself in a way that will positively impact you for what we're trying to achieve. So what I want you to do is, here's what we can do. Here, he puts out his hand and lets motions for you to put yours on his.
Okay.
Ooh, got a cold touch there, huh? Anyways,
I'm dead.
what?
What did you
No
expect?
way! That's crazy. You're dead? I got a secret. So am I. Anyways,
This is the only person that has made Sylvia laugh this much in 5 years.
so
That's so
here's
funny.
the thing. So here's the thing. What we're going to practice is we're going to practice visualizing the web. Now, everybody sees it a little bit differently. It's probably the clearest when we're in the presence of our Heavenly Father in heaven, or in hell, however you want to say it. So, what do you think the web looks like to you? How do you see it? Close your eyes and envision it.
It looks like a twinkling sky full of stars that are tied together by this gossamer sparkling thread, I guess.
Almost like a lattice work.
Yeah, it's pretty latticey.
So, what I want you to do is keep that in mind. Breathe in, breathe out, and continue that in a motion. I want you to see if you can find me. It might not be too easy, but see if you can visualize it and find me in this lattice work.
Do I roll,
Alright, so
sis?
yes. So this will be a wits plus aspects roll. +1 for the lore sheet, I believe.
Okay.
By the way, I hope nobody else is. I hope we're not taking too much of the scene time.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm laughing at the idea of Ophelia sprinting across New Orleans to get back to her apartment.
We can also yield the stage and do some of this behind the scenes, but I think we should at least do one roll in
Yes. So
character.
I
have
rolled,
a little bit that I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 3 successes for Sylvia.
Fuck yeah, dude, I'm so good at this shit.
Oh yeah.
Found ya!
Describe it, Foxman.
Tag, you're it.
So what Sylvia sees is, as the cobweb starts to appear in her mindscape, as the twinkling thread lights tether back and forth and all around, you follow one thread that goes to one, to another, and then it goes past something, almost missing it. You almost miss it, but it felt like a little bump, a pothole in the road. And you go back to that for a second, and you see a very, very dull gray light. The tether's still there, but it's very hard to pick up on. And you sense Averjoe. And at this point, because you succeeded at the roll, you're able, if you want to talk to him in his head.
Boo!
Ooh. Was that you?
I found you. What's up?
Oh, it's been so long since somebody's been able to connect like that. Oh, man, this is going to take some used to. Okay. I think he tries to talk back in his head, but it's kind of fuzzy, so he just continues to talk normally and let you talk in his head. All right. So you found that, and you feel the dullness. So there are 2 ways that you can achieve this. One is easier than the other, but probably more damaging to yourself. You can either go about this with rage, or you can do it with serenity.
Mm.
It's much harder to do it with serenity because it takes peace and a little bit of introspection that's a bit hard to do, plus control. What you need to do is to tap into your hunger, your beast, and have it devour your light. To take away your connection, for it to consume. Its hunger will obey you, and it will feed on your connection, temporarily letting you become very difficult to find, to see, to talk to. It is a double-edged sword, but it's definitely helpful in a pinch. So all you need to do is give in to your beast for a moment and then direct its hunger.
All right.
Well, Sylvia's probably going to try it the angry way for the first time because also she has a lot of anger that
All
she's
right.
been repressing for 5 years. So I think that's probably the method she'd go with.
So, what do you think, Fox? Auspex plus resolve?
I mean, sure. I'm not too sure on it. I would say whatever feels right for her in this moment. She's using rage, and she's also using her.
I would say
giving-
resolve, sort of that gumption, that sort of determination and
Grit.
anger would be resolve, and then plus
The
one
grittiest
for.
roll I've ever done.
I will say, if you would like to blood surge for the. Oh wait, I have a better idea. I will. This will be a rouse check to see if you get hungrier.
Okay. Makes sense.
But I will add one more dice to your roll.
Yeah, do it.
You do not get hungrier,
Fuck
and I will
yeah.
add 2 to your roll.
For a total dice pool of.
Oh my. Out of 6, you only got 1 success.
What? Come on.
You may spend
want a blood
willpower
surge.
to. If you want, you can't blood surge, but you can spend a willpower and reroll 3.
Okay, do it.
All right. That ups it to 2 successes.
Fucking A, dude. Well,
So-
makes sense.
Good.
Only my first time.
Yeah, so you rouse your beast. It is wild and hungry, and it seems a bit surprised that you are addressing it directly. And
I've
as
never
you
done so
offer-
before.
And as you offer up your light, it is very hesitant. It takes a bit of effort to will it to want to devour this light.
I'm working myself into an absolute lather. Just angry. I'm screaming inside my own brain.
Eventually, it
Do it!
opens its wide, fang-filled maw and consumes you. And you are... The image that you see is now severely dimmed. It is like you are within a shroud. But it's like the world's been muted. You can still feel a slight frizzle of static, but it's manageable. You don't hear anything. You don't hear the voices. Your mind is quiet.
I love this. I'm definitely gonna abuse this.
Oh no, are we gonna have Averjoe Part 2? Electric Boogaloo, no memories. Perfect. and I think I'll do one last thing before I relinquish scene.
Mhm.
As he looks over at Sylvia, um, he, he can't feel, he can't see what she's going through mentally. He just doesn't have that connection. Even if he could connect to her, he wouldn't be able to since she did this. And he just kind of looks at her like any other person would. Hey there, you how you doing there? I don't hear you in my head. Are you talking? What's going on there? He gives you a poke on the forehead.
My eyes like kind of flutter open, and I give this big like Cheshire cat kind of grin, and I'm like, bro, it worked.
Congratulations. I hope the quiet serves you well for a period of time. Like I said, though, I mean, I may seem pretty fucking awesome, I'll admit. Um, don't be me. It's a lonely life.
Thanks, Joe. Can I call you Joe?
Call me Jazz.
Thanks, Jazz.
Appreciate it. Well, with that, that's your first little lesson. I mean, we didn't stake on anything. I won't technically put it as a boon or anything like that, but if you could just owe me like a normal human favor, I would be okay
Yeah.
with that.
That's fine with
Cool.
me. I mean, I'll owe you one normal human favor. That
One
shouldn't be
human favor.
too hard.
Perfect. By the way, does what was it? Ophelia?
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia. Okay. Now I'm thinking of fish. Ophelia. Anyways, you think she would want to go shooting anytime?
You
Gun
know,
range?
I think she would, if as long as you're comfortable with the outcome that you may be the one getting shot.
Ophelia, do
I've
you
got a
have
few.
anything to say to that?
Did you touch my fucking gunpla?
Ophelia bursts in the room.
I think that's a perfect way to end the scene.
Me too.
Lovely.
I was going off of the like don't touch my OG. I swear if you touch that, you are dead. Energy.
We
Cool
now.
scene, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Foxman. You were
Thanks,
amazing.
Foxman.
Thank you,
that
Fox.
was awesome.
I'm chilling still here, so I'm gonna stick around.
Damn it!
We now move to Crown Records. Marcus, what does a typical work night look for you?
Usually Marcus is probably finishing up on a project or trying to get somebody, like trying to get a label properly wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Who have you recently signed?
this new guy, his name's Connor Price. He's a rapper. Pretty chill, pretty easy, really laid back guy.
Is it Eminem?
No, it's Connor.
It's Meminem.
Nice. It's Menomina.
He's hand up.
Phenomena.
Do.
Menomina.
That it's Menomina. It's Menomina, and then his hype man is do.
All right. So you get a call on your work phone from the front desk.
So I pick it up. Hello.
Mr. Payne, there's someone here to see you from the mayor's office.
Send them in. Studio 3.
Yes, sir. And A minute or two later, a young woman you can see, sort of like through the glass door, sort of knocks before entering and says, "You are Mr. Payne, I assume?"
Yes, I am. How can I help you? And you are.
My name is Vivian. I would, my employer, Mr. Kingmaker, would wish to see you for an interview regarding his mayoral campaign and his stay in New Orleans. He's quite a fan of your work.
Oh, interesting. Did not know that Mr. Kingmaker even knew of such a small little sunshine like you.
Yes, his tastes can be a bit, she adjusts her glasses, old-fashioned at times, but he has an appreciation for modern music and an appreciation for those who try to improve their community. Uh, Truth be told, we've been looking into you for a little bit, and he is of the opinion that you are a bit of a like-minded individual.
Hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong.
Yes. Your radio show, you seem to know the facts, and you don't hold a lot of bias. What you say, you truly speak from the heart.
Of course, dear. Sorry, my bad. Of course I do.
No, I am honestly quite, quite honored. Uh, what, what time are you free for, the
Uh,
interview?
if you would like to get it done tonight, I just need about another 45 minutes here, and I can do it.
Unfor-
Well,
Unfortunately, Mr. Kingmaker has other personal effects to attend to tonight. Perhaps later this week?
that sounds lovely.
Lovely.
How
Simply,
about a midnight showing?
a midnight showing. She
Of
kind of like
course.
raises an eyebrow. And
A
what
midnight showing
might
does after you.
what might I ask would be the show in question?
Wrestling.
Well, I mean, it would be an interview, and I would hopefully like to have it on my show.
Ah, so a radio interview.
But of course, me and him face to face, let all of New Orleans hear the lovely words that he would have.
I believe that would be satisfactory. What time do you usually broadcast?
Broadcast starts up at 11:30.
Very well. I shall make a note of it and let Mr. Kingmaker know.
All right. Thank you. Would you like to stay and listen to the last song? I can get you some coffee, tea, water.
I'm fine, thank you very much. But I would like to hear what you've been working on.
I push a
I've
button.
grown up with a bit of sheltered tastes.
Okay. I push a button. Hey Connor, why don't you run the new track? Let's get this show on the road and wrap up for the night.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. And his next, uh, he starts up the next track. Describe what this song would be about.
Um, so the way that this song kind of goes about is It's about heartbreak, but still moving on the drive ahead.
Mm. I think Vivian
So
will listen very intently, perhaps take a few notes, and by the end, Connor is panting hard and says, "Please tell me we got that. I think that was the best I've ever done it."
how about you take a water break, Connor? You did great. We'll run the track back and we'll see how it sounds.
"Thanks, man." And he gets up and he leaves the recording booth.
Man, I
Vivian sort
swear
of
that kid,
turns and says, "Well, it is certainly unconventional, but I found myself quite enamored by the lyrics."
that kid puts literally his heart and soul into every song. It's,
Hmm.
it's quite a
Do
joy to watch
you
sometimes.
do you record as well, Mr. Payne?
I haven't been on the mic in a while, but I have recorded a few songs in my day.
Lovely. I would love to hear them whenever you get a chance. And she sort of smiles. Very well. I will let Mr. Kingmaker know. We may be hosting a party of sorts, a gala event for New Orleans developments. Would you be interested? You would be allowed a +1, of course.
Of course, me and my partner Jade will gladly show up.
Oh, yes, Miss Martinez of the local ballet company, correct?
That is correct.
How has she been? I heard rumors through the grapevine that she suffered from some sort of injury and was taking some time off.
Uh, yes. We had a little incident with a mugger. She was injured in the proceedings, but I was able to get us away to a safe location.
I see, very well. I wish nothing but the best for both you and her.
Thank you so much. And maybe while we are at the showing, I might put on a little performance for everybody.
That, I believe, would be lovely. Well, thank you, Mr. Payne. I will relay your message back to Mr. Kingmaker.
Yes, of course. And do feel free to stop by at any time.
Absolutely. We look
Bye.
forward to working with you, Mr. Payne.
See you in a little bit.
And she
Have a great day.
leaves.
On her way out, I would call up the front desk and be like, make sure our guest is given a little gift basket for Mr. Kingmaker.
Yes, sir. What would you like to include?
A bottle of champagne, some fruit, and you know those chocolates we got from Germany? Throw a few of those in there.
Absolutely, sir. Right away, sir.
Thank you. You have a great day. And he would
You as
hang
well,
up.
sir. Lovely. Rise, what have you been up to?
So he's probably been doing some cleanup at home, and not really doesn't really have much to do. So he's hasn't gone out yet. He's basically just been, cleaning up, making sure the apartment is good, after his after his little bit of a bender.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he's kind of been staying in for the day. He's like, nobody's called, nothing's necessary. He's still taking some time to recover.
Hmm. You. Hmm.
He's probably stress baking too, knowing him.
There's mountains of brownie.
Mountains of just anything. He's just like, whatever I have, I'll just make. I'll cook. It's great.
The pain of baking something and then not being able to eat it, though.
He's,
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of used to it. He's been around long enough.
I know, but still, it's like, At least Ophelia can
Sorry,
kind of
trying to
enjoy
think
a
of what
steak.
happens next.
That's fine. No worries.
We believe in you. Ophelia is delicately checking every inch of her apartment and her gun plus.
She's like magnifying glass, microscopes.
Listen,
Yeah.
some of these
Nothing
things are like
is-
several thousand, so yeah.
Nothing is out of place.
She's like she's just like looks back. You couldn't have waited for me to give you the okay.
Speaking to Sylvia and Averjoe.
Yeah. Just like, you couldn't have waited for me to give you the okay.
Sylvia's just like, listen, all we did was sit and meditate. That's all. We didn't touch your gumdums or whatever the fuck.
First of all, that's the least of the things. Second, you're in my apartment. I did not allow you into here. I like to keep my apartment.
Molly did. Hey, Molly lives here too. She let us in.
I'm aware of this. Why do you think I sprinted all the way here? I was near Baton Rouge.
I'm sorry. We'll wait for you to give us permission next time. Though I don't think there will be next time.
Considering the
At
fact,
least not here.
if you had just called, I would have told you to tell the bartender that you needed to use the restroom. There's a special room that we have in the back specifically for this kind of shit.
Ah, I see. Well, oops.
Yeah, oops. And as for you, tall, lanky, and weird looking, unfortunately, I'm not one for shooting. I prefer my hands. Shooting is the way I go easy on people.
If you wanted to go
Well.
ripping, I'm sure that Ophelia would oblige.
I prefer boxing, but yes,
Uh,
using anything other than my bare hands is a disadvantage to me.
Well, I don't know about you, but I like a shotgun.
I mean, I have the shotgun. That's why I keep it. I'm just letting you know that. I'm just letting you know, if you want someone to go shooting with, talk to Marcus. He's the one with all the fancy. He's the one with all the fancy shit. If you want someone to teach you how to use those long arms to hit people properly, I'm the person you talk to.
Oh, I know how to do that quite well.
Ophelia does like one of those like up and down looks of like, right.
Rise has texted the group with photos of all his baked goods. Anyone need food?
Ophelia like pinches her
Yes.
Ophelia pinches her eyebrows and like texts Rise. I'll pick some up later from Molly. Molly's cycle is about to start soon, and they're always asking for brownies.
Thumbs up
Oh, Sylvia sends a blood drop emoji.
emoji.
Ophelia, Sylvia, and Averjoe. Would you like to make a wits and awareness roll for me?
Arousingly.
I would not.
Too bad.
He's oblivious.
Well, I got
Alright.
2.
I feel like we stole the scene again.
I'm gonna-
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry.
All right, I got 4 because I re-rolled the 2 that missed, and so now I have 4 successes.
Am I
Can you
the
offer
only one
me?
worried about
Sylvia.
that? Don't worry.
All right, Ophelia, you hear a commotion downstairs. But to Sylvia, it is very, very clear whose voice it is.
Oh no.
You hear the shattering of a bottle. And you hear Isaac say, "What the fuck do you mean she's not here?"
Ah!
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
This dude is coming into my
No!
fucking house and
Scram.
fucking causing and
I
fucking
can't fucking believe this. I just